What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Destiny. In the last episode, we finished Breakneck, which, honestly, the more I think about it, might be my favorite mission in this entire campaign. It's a good one. It's just got a nice collection of really confined, intense spaces while actually being somewhat well-designed, and it's overall just kind of a fun time. Now, we are here to talk to Nimbus after all is said and done, mainly in relation to that cutscene that we had at the end of the episode. If you didn't stick around after my outro, you probably missed that. My apologies. Generally, I try not to do the outro before a cutscene like that plays. I'll usually just let the episode end there. But that one time I made that mistake, but hopefully you noticed that the episode still had a couple of minutes of time left. Let's talk.
I talked with Osiris. You know, he gives off uptight museum volunteer vibes, but he's a nice guy when you catch him one-on-one. He got me thinking, which is a compliment I can give very few people. There's a place nearby you two might find useful for your strand stuff. I'll get you the coordinates. Speaking of compliments, you never fail to amaze me, you know that? Everything that's come at us, you're just like, bam, pew, pew, pow. And suddenly whatever's coming at us ain't coming at us anymore. And we just keep doing it, like it's nothing. Wow. The first time Rohan told me I did a good job, I'd given up hoping for it, and by the time I got it, I didn't need it. In hindsight, I think he did that on purpose, but whatever. I promised myself I'd do it different when I took over. The old man might think compliments go straight to your head. But if that helps you strandify and us take down Callus, by all means, let it go to your head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
All right, Nimbus, thank you very much. Ooh, this is a freebie, a Phylotactic Spiral, which is actually Arc, which might come in handy for the build that I'm actually using. Let's see. Not with a roll like that, unfortunately. That's a pretty garbage roll, tunnel vision, gut shot straight. I mean, I guess if I really wanted aim assist and then no aim assist, I suppose, maybe I can get something good out of these reputation ranks. There's another one. And a road complex, and another. Okay, so maybe one of these two will be good. Wow, the exact same roll again, and then this one is also pretty bad. If I can get one with a Volt Shot, then maybe we'll have something to talk about. But for right now, not a big fan, gotta say. Let's get rid of those Thunderhead grips just because I don't need them. There we go. And then we're also gonna get rid of this road complex. Perfect. I think I'm gonna stick with the build that I have for the time being. But we have ourselves a new mission available, and this one, if we take a look, is that on the Verge, and I think it's actually accessible. Where is it at? Oh, it's all the way out here in the Zephyr Conquerors again. Well, that's cool, but first things first, I want to go talk to Osiris really quickly, because he has a little bit of extra dialogue for us that is worth talking about and contemplating before we jump right on into that. So let's go do that really quickly.
Upon first glance, this new power appears unstable and chaotic. But I wonder if that's based on our approach. Too much, too fast. These puka creatures are curious ones. They appear semi-organic, but Nimbus claims they're a form of artificial intelligence. A fascinating, albeit odd, being nonetheless. Their attraction to this paracausal power seems instinctual. They flow in and around it effortlessly, and very clingy.
Interesting. These pukas that he's talking about are actually these little creatures right here floating around. Look at how cute they are. Now, you might actually recognize these things because way back in Beyond Light, in that original campaign, in the one of the very first cutscenes that is given to you where we see Elsie, the Exo Stranger, she actually has one of these by her side. Now, how she got a hold of one of these, I mean, it obviously tracks that she did end up here on Neomuna somehow, but we don't know really what the context for that is. We just know that she has a little puka with her. But pukas are probably the best thing that Neomuna has given us and will ever give us, so I wanted to point that out really quickly. But now we also have something from Rohan, so let's talk to him.
When I first realized you were from Earth, I remembered the stories. Immortal light-bearing warriors chosen by the Traveler, like figures out of myth. But what do myths care about ordinary people? I imagined warlords conquering Neomuna, gods crushing us underfoot. I was wrong. Now when I see you, I see a comrade in arms. Someone who will stand with me to defend Neomuna and its people. I see a guardian.
Well, Rohan, I'm glad that you like us already. Is that all we're going to get for the dialogue around here? Is Keitel going to have something to say as well? She seems a little preoccupied by the pukas themselves, but I don't really think there's really much more that we need to talk about. All right, let's just head on over to Zephyr Concourse. And in fact, I'm not even going to make this any more complicated than I need to. Let's just jump right on into the mission, and I will see you all there in just a moment.
So, Nimbus, want to fill us in on where we're headed?
There's this place where cloud striders go. A place to be alone, meditate, pray. If the old Verge theory holds up, should be a mega source of strand there.
Let's hope it's larger than the ones you've seen thus far.
You can see them? Wait a minute. Hang on. So you've got resurrections, speed jumps, and the ability to witness thinning in the fabric of existence. What do I gotta kill to get one of those ghosts?
Probably a guardian, but oh well, I would hope that you're not going to do that. Anyway, let's get to work here. So this one's going to be relatively on the easy side. We're only going to be dealing with arc and void shields for this one, as opposed to all 3 elements, at least for this first part. When I said easy, it's going to be easy at the start. It is not going to stay easy. There is one part of this mission that gets really, really, really difficult. And, oh boy, can't wait to show it to y'all. But for now, let me do some kinetic tremors work on this Centurion here, just so I can kill all of his lackeys around him. There we go. That's what I wanted. Ow. Can you not be perfect, sir? I'm just going to try to dodge everything he has to shoot at me. And then off we go. I don't think technically I needed to kill them. I probably could have despaired past them, but alas.
How come we've never encountered these sources before?
The old bird thinks it's like a stink cloud the Veil leaves behind.
I said it's a similar type of byproduct. To use a different analogy, if we are all part of this river of souls, how do we direct the river's current?
I said we are the river. You don't direct anything. You just flow.
Okay. Not really sure how all that has anything to do with one another, but let's see if we can't put this strand to use. So there should be another source of it up here where we're headed.
Another strand source.
Well, what are you waiting for? Let's begin.
Okay. Let's put it to use. So we're going to have to deal with a whole lot of Vex here, so let's try and take them all out.
Are swarming.
Let's see how quickly you can dismantle them.
And now we get to talk about the different types of debuffs that you can create with Strand. So we've already talked about Sever, which causes the little effect over the enemies. That means that they deal less damage. But then there's also Unraveling. Now, Unraveling are the little green strands that you see kind of shooting out all over the place that come out of enemies after they've been killed with Strand. This debuff is basically kind of like the nanites on something like Outbreak Perfected, where they're just kind of a little bit of additional damage that just swarms around and does damage to everything that's kind of around whatever you've killed. There's also Suspended, but we'll get into Suspended a little bit later because we do not have an immediate way of causing that. But this is basically just something that takes enemies out of action for a couple of seconds while they're just sort of hung in the air. Takes them out of action, but also allows you to do additional damage to them. And we'll talk, like I said, we'll talk about that a little bit later. For now, let's just keep using this as much as we can here. And we're going to have a lot to deal with here. So let me head on over this way and hiya.
Block the path. They want this strand source for
Now, the thing about the threaded spike is if you time it right, you can actually catch it and get most of your melee charge back with it, which is really, really nice. So let's deposit this, and we're going to have to kill a couple more Hydras. But I'll try to show off using the threaded spike just a little bit more as we go through here. What's up? Let me just do that to you. See if I can catch this thing again. Okay, I mistimed that a little bit. It's not really the easiest time for me to show how this works right now, though, just because I am already getting my melee charge back so quickly. Let's just take all of them out. See, that was a late catch. You need to basically press the melee button right as it comes back to you, and you'll get a lot more melee charge. It's not fully charged, but it's more than just nothing, if that makes sense. I should have used that last shot on you, but alas. There we go. Take you out. There was another Hydra somewhere. I'm going to use these grapple points to get back on over there. Here, let's do that. There we go. And that was a really late one again. That was just bad. That was like the reflexes of something dead right there. Holy crap. That was just sad. Where are you at? There you are. Nothing where you went. Take you out. Wait for the explosion to finish going off before I grab this energy cell. Oh, hi, everybody. Don't mind me. I'm just going to make my way on over here. In fact, I can just grapple my way to victory. So let's do that as I get repeatedly chased by this guy. All right, and then I think for this last one, I'm going to use this. Let's take you out really quickly. Oh, my goodness. And actually, yeah, this super is unnaturally strong when you're using the quote-unquote light attack. It really is surprising about how much damage it actually does. There we go.
We may need a breather.
Now is the time to lean into using strand, not back away from it. You can't effectively train if you don't push past your limits.
Just don't burn yourself out. This is only one battle. We've got a whole war to fight.
A war we cannot win without this power well in hand.
Well, hold on, Osiris. Who said anything about that? Is it really required? I mean, you're suddenly making it seem that way. That seems a little presumptuous, I'd say. But okay, let's get to work here. Can these frickin' Minotaurs not go hiding, please? Oh my gosh, so obnoxious, genuinely. The teleporting and whatnot, it's just so irritating to deal with. Let's take all of his little buddies out, and there we go. Alright, this is working out pretty well, I'd have to say. Now, I'm just going to hold on to this for the time being. Hey there. And now let me just do that. Are you... the dodging in time with my shots never is not annoying. Go away. There we go. Sometimes trying to get cute with it just is not my favorite thing.
This part. Forgot you don't have a skyboard. But don't worry. You can still get to the place. Just have to find a way around.
I think I'll be okay, Nimbus. Don't you worry. We have the empowerment after all. We should be fine. Let's catch that. There we go. Now that's how you're supposed to catch it. What are you focusing on here? I honestly don't know. But got my grapple returned, which should be enough to get me across to this guy. I'm going to throw that way over there. I probably actually should have used it to get across the gap instead of trying to get to the grapple point.
Wow, that is really something.
Ah, yeah. How could Callus possibly overcome your rope swing?
Goodness, you are such a pessimist, Osiris. Not being helpful at all. All right, real quick, let's take you back out. There we go. And now I can use this to get up here. Perfect. All right, who else? Seems to be another one over there, but I don't think I need to deal with it. Just going to make my way up this direction. Here we go. Okay. And yes, I know how tangles work, but thank you anyway. We're actually going to want to use these tangles to take out these here. So let's do that, because you can't actually use a weapon on them, otherwise it's not going to work. So one at a time. There should be another tangle. Throw that up over there. Get rid of them. And we should have one more set of enemies here soon. As soon as they actually... Maybe... Can I just do this to it? I don't think so. Maybe I can punch. Nope, that doesn't work either. All right, we're just going to have to use the tangle on these guys. Take them out really quickly, and then throw our last tangle there. Now, throwing is not the only thing you can do with tangles. You can also shoot them to do a little bit of AoE damage around them. This will come in handy more so when we get other abilities to use with our tangles, because right now we have the most basic function of the subclass. We don't have it in its fully fleshed out form, where we're going to have a whole bunch of additional aspects and fragments and all that stuff that we have with all of our other subclasses, which is why
This is the place.
I'm not really saying too much about what Strand does at the moment.
Wow.
Good. Now the true training can begin.
Okay. Well, let's put this thing to work. That looks like a lot of Strand right there. Here we go. And it looks like we have gotten ourselves our first aspect, ensnaring slam. All right, let's put this thing to work. So we've talked about suspend, sever, we've talked about unravel, but now let's talk about suspend. So just like shatter dive, we can do this, and this time we actually suspend all the enemies around us in suspended strand. This is going to come in handy a lot as we try to take things out of the fight, like so. So we're just going to kill each and every single one of these. Now, the suspend effect only works on weaker enemies. You're not going to be able to use this on things like bosses, for instance. So let's just hit you all with that, and then do another one over here. Perfect. I'm going to hit them with that explosive tangle there. And then another ensnaring slam. Look at this. Isn't that a lot of fun? All right. I'd say that that's working out pretty darn well. But we are going to need to break this thing if we're going to want to do damage to the big guy here. So let me get to work really quickly. And let's see if I can't grab this and then grapple away. Just so I'm safe here. Hoping I can hit that guy in midair, but unfortunately I didn't. All right, so by destroying that, we should be able to do damage to that Minotaur now. So why don't we go ahead and hit him with an ensnaring slam? Because yes, he can be hit with it too. He is just a major after all. There we go. All right, we got a few more to take care of here, so let's get rid of them all one at a time. And luckily, we can still hit even the shielded guy with that, which is pretty great. So let's do that really quickly. Now let's hit that Oracle there really quickly. Okay, that guy is damageable, but there is one down there. I'm going to just fire a rocket over there. Where are you at? There you are. We do seem to have a Cyclops way out there, so I'm going to get rid of that. There's also another one over there if I can fire that rocket off perfectly, and I think I did. All right, all is well. There is a Wyvern now among us, which is going to be fun. I did not fire that rocket properly, but maybe my tangle... Yes, it did hit. Okay, cool. So now, let's ensnaring slam you. And let's take you out really quickly. The suspend doesn't last for long, but it is still nice to have. Can I hit you with that? Yeah, you can even suspend the Wyverns, which is really awesome. Oh, gosh. Oh, okay. That was dumb. That was just dumb on my part. I did not mean to... I wanted to jump up and then ensnaring slam him again, but I messed that up. I need to go get my strand back. Oh, no, it gave it to me. Okay, we're good. Excuse me, sir. Don't move. Just take that, and then I am going to throw that to you. There we go. Oh, you're not dead yet. Hold on. Stay there. Let me just hit this guy with a few kinetic tremors. Perfect. Ah! Don't you... Oh, man, right as I got you.
After effects are stacking up.
I don't understand. You've got more power, more practice. Hasn't this done anything to condition you?
You would think. All right, well, let's try this one more time.
Hit them again. Hold nothing back.
You got it. All right, I want to get my ammo back, but it's time to use strand one more time. Here we go. Okay, so this is what I was talking about by where the game really does get harder, and that is by the fact that you are pretty much hamstrung into using strand. Now, you might be going, hold on a second, isn't that a good thing? Well, no. And the reason why it's not a great thing is because I have to use strand in its neutered form. It is not the most ideal way of using strand because I don't have access to all of the wonderful aspects and whatnot that make strand so good. It's just not as strong as a standard subclass on its own. So I am going to have to try and do this entire fight with very neutered strand here. What the heck even hit me over there? I honestly don't know. Oh, there's some headless goblin over here. I guess that kind of makes sense. Oh, here we go. Here, let's try this for a moment. Oh, come on. Got to reach. Can I actually hit this thing? There we go. Okay, we have an energy cell. Let's try to pick this sucker up. And I'm actually going to use grapple to get myself up here. And then hop up this way, just avoiding all of his shots back there. All right, he is now damageable. Let's do some damage to this frickin' Minotaur. If I can actually hit my shots, that would be great. Hold on. I want to kill you. Take this. And then let's fire some rockets off. Of course, that went right between your frickin' legs. All right, hold on. Let's do that again and get away from there. He is really relentless right now. Did I get kinetic tremors going? Not quite. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is a struggle at the moment. There we go. Okay, we just severed a whole bunch of them. That threaded spike went nuts. Let's throw another one of those out there. Oh, it hit him too. That's good. Because you can sever bosses, that is going to come in handy a lot. And then let's hit him one more time, and that should put him to the point where now we can start getting to work again. Okay, so same thing as before. We want to... okay, I wanted to suspend him, and I think I got it just in time. Perfect. Okay. Now we can deal with this Minotaur, and we'll just use our glaive for that. Perfect. There we go. There's one. Okay. Let's see. We have ourselves a Hydra over there. That, I don't think, did anything. All right. Here we go. I'm going to fly on over here. Oh, man, I lost the momentum, so I wasn't able to use the punch right at the end there, which is a little bit of a problem. Oh, and then for some reason the momentum persisted there. Let's keep going, keep going. There we go. We're fine. We're fine. I need to get rid of this Hydra. This Hydra is rough, and if I'm not careful, it's going to mess me up big time. Here, let's try to throw a threaded spike at it. Oh, man. I keep having like an almost empty mag every time I start firing those shots off. Oh, come here, you. Thank you. Okay, let's save that for whenever... There we go. Take all of them out, and then where's that energy cell at? No, but really, though, where is it? Is it on the ground here? It is. Okay, quick, 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 before he stops. Woo! Look at that. That was one heck of a grapple. Okay, I'm going to stay up here for a moment while my health comes back. Let's deposit that. And then one rocket. That was a stupid shot. Very ill-advised. Stop moving! Oh my gosh, dude. There we go. Okay, I am out of rockets. And I really want to save this super if I can. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Maybe I can... Let me hit him with a threaded spike really quickly just to sever him. So he doesn't do as much damage. It's way more tolerable damage right now. Vorpal weapon. Thank you. Oh, shoot. That's not good. Dude, I'm like stuck in the worst possible position right now.
Guardian, listen. Don't strain for the energy. Drop the effort and just let it flow through you.
Okay, apparently a pep talk was all I needed. Here we go. Let's do this thing. So first things first, let's put Ensnaring Slam to use. And by that, I mean let's miss my threaded spike there. There we go. Okay. Another Ensnaring Slam. And now, let's super this guy. Goodbye.
Now that's how you send the Vex packing. Nicely done.
Yes, that was a challenging fight, but you pulled through. Still, we cannot afford any faltering when facing Callus. We should be able to wield Strand without strain. We're still missing something, but what? I must think. We can discuss this more later.
What is this attraction? Sagira, could you run some scans? Oh, right.
Am I interrupting?
Rohan, I've been pondering the Veil's paracausal effects on ghosts. I know I haven't been the easiest guest in your city.
Pain is not a hindrance. Simply reminds us we're still breathing. Still fighting. They're going to attempt to leap. We have to stop them.